Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are so excited. Today is the fifth day. So, how are you doing, Mai?
I'm doing great. Despite our unpredictable weather, snowing, it was spring, but it's okay. I had my morning workout session, so I feel great now. How about you,
Wonderful.
Dr. Lan?
I just finished a presentation at a school and rushed back home. So, so I started Friday. It's a little bit tough today. I have three other events after this go live. It's a very busy day,
Yes,
and it's the first day of April. So,
yes,
welcome to
yes.
April, which is wonderful. It's a sign of the spring is coming, and we cannot wait, right? We cannot wait. I'm sorry to hear that you have some snow, but I guess there's no trying to get something out of it before they leave us.
Yeah, they don't want to say bye yet. They're still holding on, but that's okay. Regardless, I'm excited for today as we wrap up our 5 day grace challenge and talk about some other exciting things as well too. So for everyone that's joining us, please share with us in the chat how has the last 4 days of your practice been, and perhaps Dr. Lan, can you recap our last 4 days of practice and all the actions?
Yes. So this 5 day challenge, the main purpose is to give you a taste of what living in grace look like, right? So the first day, we start with gratitude, and we practice grace breathing. And a lot of you have tried and also share on the Facebook, also send us an email saying that the grace breathing has been very calming, helping you to really relax for a couple of minutes and go through the day in a much better place. So grace breathing is a foundation for living in grace. So we start out with the first day. Then the second day is about respect. And again, for the theme of this whole 5 day challenge is all about yourself. How do you appreciate yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you want to be seen? So we work with the I am statement, which is a very powerful way to really set the tone for yourself and for your future. So with that I am statement, every day we ask you to do the I am statement and say it out loud, because the words that you say to yourself also really meaningful. And that is the second day. So on the third day, we look at our life, and again, accountability does not just mean that being responsible for the things that we assign from others, but it is the taking ownership of your thoughts, of your emotions, and your actions. And we also had the chance. Hello, Matt. Welcome, welcome to the fifth day. Thank you so much for joining us for all 5 days. You are so appreciated. Thank you, Matt. So we are doing the recap right now. So the third day, we have the chance to do the wheel of life assessment, so that we have some reflection of our current snapshot of life. And in order to take ownership, hello, Miss Leung. Thank you for joining us every day. It's a very heartwarming to see all of you coming in. And I hope that each of these days, when you finish the action, it gives you some more reflection, some more aha moment to realize that life is so much worthwhile. Life is so much worthwhile to live and to enjoy, right? So on the third day, we do the wheel of life, and then we pick one dimension that we really want to make some change and decide to take some actions to do to make a change in one of the dimension. Then yesterday we had a chance to touch on courage, because accountability is good. You want to take ownership of your life, but in order for you to do that, you really need to have the muscle of courage, because change is not easy, right? Every change, regardless how small it is going out of your comfort zone, trying some new things. So it can require some courage. And so all of the four values that we have done so far, one lead into the other. When you appreciate yourself, it leads to respecting yourself. And when you respect yourself, you want to take ownership of your life, and you want to be accountable for your own self, for your own life. And in order for you to do that, it leads to courage. It takes a lot of courage to really owning of your life, right? Like you make a decision that from now on, I'm going to overcome my fears, to face my fear and go through my fears to achieve my goals. But however, if you don't have the last value, then nothing will happen, because the last value is called engagement. And engagement is taking action. Like you need actions, regardless of how tough it is, whatever it is, you take the courage and you jump and you go out of your comfort zone and you do. The action is so much needed in order for you to achieve the result. So engagement is taking action. Engagement also means connecting. Connecting, the first step would be connecting with yourself. And second step is connecting with others. And the third step is connecting with the environment, with the nature around you. So we have a model that Living in Grace practitioner always say, and this model is very simple. It's called love is our birthright. So Mai, what do you think about this quote, like love is our birthright?
I love it. When I first heard it, and I read it in your book, and I also know that Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about that as well too. And I love that because, it goes so deep that we don't think about it, but we're meant to just
Yes.
we're like this energy of love. We're born to just give love, have love, be love, right? And sometimes we forget about it, and sometimes like your fear, your self-doubts, and oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough. But love
Mhm.
is our birthright. We have that right, so I love it.
Exactly. It is inside of us. It is there. It is always there. And the more you practice love, the more you will realize the magic of it. And I don't know whether you heard about what they call the love chemical or the love hormone. Like when you practice loving, or even do not practice loving, but you see someone who practice kindness to somebody else, it actually in your brain it releases the oxytocin. So oxytocin is a chemical of love, and we have it. Like we actually have it since birth. It is our birthright. But throughout the days, throughout the years, sometimes we are taught to be careful. Sometimes we are taught to watch out for different behaviors and things like that and distrust other people. That activity of loving, that loving energy is somehow be hidden. So practicing grace, all of the value of appreciating yourself, respecting yourself, taking accountability on being the best version of yourself, which is you connecting to your heart, you connecting to that loving energy, and having the courage to go through the fear of disapproval, the fear of failure, the fear of being disliked, in order for you to truly honor the loving spirit. So love is our birthright. It's a simple statement, but it's a very deep inside. If you agree with me, then type in the chat or type in the comments. What do you think about that statement? But again, we are here together, all interconnected, regardless of how different we look. Because, like if I'm Asian, I might be different from my Black American fellow or Black fellow, or I can be different from the Latino fellow, or I can be different from my white fellow. But the skin color, race, culture, everything, it just add to the beauty of the diversity of our human race, right? But the bottom line is each of us has a heart, and all the heart, they don't know the difference. They only see that this is another fellow human being. So when you practice that loving energy, you see the beauty in everywhere you go. And that is what we have heard from even the Bible. They say that love can conquer everything, right? There's a statement that is very true, and it's not just in Christianity. In Buddhism, they also say practice loving energy is the best energy to help us to go through any hardship. So today, I want to talk about a connection, the engagement that's very simple, which is but very profound. That is our connectedness with the nature. So most of us going through life, we're busy with our work, we're busy with everything else. Sometimes we don't pay attention that we are actually residing on this planet together. So there is a sacred relationship between the human being and the planet where we live. And sometimes we do not take time to appreciate that. But there has been a lot of research that stating that the more time you spend out in the nature, it activates the energy inside your heart. And remember, once you connect it to your heart through rest breathing, through the affirmation in respect that we did on day 2, or truly the intention that you truly want to connect to your heart, you will see that that energy is really have some relationship with the surrounding. So you bring out the loving energy, you will affect the environment. And actually, neuroscience and in science, they have proved that our heart, they radiate electromagnetic field that can be as wide as 3 feet. So when you truly practice loving energy, the way like as I'm seeing you right now, and I'm exuding my love to everybody in this space, your heart can pick up the signal that I'm sending out. So basically, the heart has that capability. And that explains why, if you have heard Mother Teresa, right? Mother Teresa is one of the example of unconditional love. Like she radiates love every single second. So wherever she goes, and this one was shared by a radio host. So she came to America to do a fundraising, and this American radio host, he invited Mother Teresa into the studio, and he said as soon as she entered the studio, she didn't say anything yet. Immediately, everybody felt so relaxed. They felt so calm. They felt so peaceful. They felt so loved. You know why? Because of her energy. Like she exuded love that much that she does not need to say anything. You already feel it. So that actually now science has proved that it's actually happened that way. So you do have the connectedness between human and human, and also human and the earth. So with human and the earth, then we can look at a research from Princeton University. So Princeton University conduct an experiment, and it has been lasting for a few years. It's called global consciousness. And they make a hypothesis that all the human beings, remember, we have nearly 7 billion people around the earth, right? If all of us, if the human race, if we all activate the loving energy, we practice loving, that loving energy, it will create an electromagnetic field that really coherence with the earth electromagnetic field. So when that coherence happens, magic things happen. And my guess right now, we are not there yet, because right now we have a war that happened in Ukraine, right? We have lots of different things that really sad right now, because we're not there yet. And there has been a movement, and I'm part of this movement, the global movement, that we want to really bring up the human consciousness. We really want to promote loving. We want to really promote empathy, understanding, peace, so that everybody can increase this electromagnetic field personally, within your community, and even more like globally. And that is doable. It is just so wonderful when we saw that the scientific evidence has shown that there is a strong connectedness between our human heart, and the earth.
Wow, that's wonderful, Jay. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah. And so for today's challenge, what I would like to ask each of us to do is just practicing a simple walk like you do. We call it a savory walk, which is a walk in mindfulness, a walk that when you actually utilizing all the sense, you see the sky, you hear the sound of birds, you actually taste the smell of something, hearing the wind, and just really be silent, but let all of your senses appreciate. You come in appreciation of the nature around you. If you live nearby near a park, you can go to the park because the park has a lot of trees, right? And science had also proved that there's a relationship between the trees, the environment with the trees, with the human heart. The human heart is just a wonderful, wonderful organ in our body that we really underutilize. So, how can you practice engagement to activate that power within your heart? Then each of us will become so powerful. And when you have that energy, you can do everything. You become unstoppable. So the action item for today is very simple and it will be spelled out in the last worksheet that we will send out to you. Thanks to our fellow coach, Dr. Renee Skelton. She helped us to design this beautiful worksheet in which we will list that. And then you just take a walk, notice, and then write down the reflection. And if you can, please share on the Facebook group. I appreciate all the people who share on the Facebook group.
Yes, thank you. And even if it's cold out, you can bundle up and
Yes.
just, keep yourself warm. I see lots of people taking a lot of walks, actually, even in the winter, and really enjoy the scenery as well, too. So thank you. Sounds like a simple enough action
Yes.
that we can all do. But the main thing that I take away from what you share is just being present in the walk. So perhaps not, having our phone with us, perhaps just focusing on what's our surrounding the nature, whether it's 5 minutes to 10 minutes or 20 minutes, it's whatever, do whatever you can with the time that you have, right?
Yes. And open your heart to the nature. You will be surprised when you actually have no agenda. You just be present. You just use a very good work mind. Be present to the beauty of the nature. And if Mother Teresa, on the street in Calcutta, that she gathered all the patients that's supposed to be dying, and she took back, and like all the street, she saw beauty in all the bad the corpses lying on the street. If she can see that as a beauty, I'm sure that you can find the beauty in everything around you when you do that savory walk. So please give it a try, and you will be amazed by what you found and how just 5 minutes or 10 minutes of walking with mindfulness and pay attention and appreciate nature, it will bring you so much calmness, so much more energy to go through the day.
You point out a very good tip right there, which is like to really open your heart, because you're right. Sometimes when you mention like looking at bodies, like you mentioned, dying, or maybe you see a pile of garbage as you walk down the street. But if you open your heart, there's room to see more than just that, right? Thank you for that. We do have just a couple of minutes, but I do know that you have something very exciting coming up that you're launching in just, I guess, in about 10 days. And so
Yes.
I want to invite you to talk about it, because I think that would be a great opportunity for everyone watching this to really get a deeper understanding of the GRACE framework. So please share with us. Yeah.
So on April 11, we're going to start the third cohort of the GRACE foundational course. So you have a little taste in the last 5 days, right? What does living in GRACE look like? And this going to be 7 weeks. That walking with me, with Dr. Renee Skelton, and with another few other EI coaches to go through your journey of practicing gratitude, practicing respect, practicing accountability, practicing courage and practicing engagement, and see how you can using these 5 values to truly open your heart, to truly connect it to your heart. Because guess what? Your heart is the best gift that you've been given. And according to lots of scientific studies, we only utilize about 5% of our heart. That's still 95% remaining, waiting for us to discover, to connect, and to become a much better version of ourselves in the upcoming days. So my invitation to you is that to join us, the Lyceum team, to walk through the next 7 weeks, actually starting on April 11. And I will be personally walking with you and supporting you, as well as my fellow EI coaches, so that you can starting opening your heart and connecting with the true purpose inside of you, and become a much better version of yourself that you not even imagine. And I have seen so many cases where the learner going through this, the only thing that requires that the commitment, and the time is not that bad, because you only come in and listen. On Monday, we have a new video for about 15 to 20 minutes. The key thing is the little thing that you do, like the challenge, like this challenge. You do little thing, right? Every day, grace breathing, you do journaling, you pay attention, do some reflection, whatever you have time throughout the day. But these little nuggets throughout the day, it help you to really solidify these values. And before you know it, by the time you reach the 7 week, you already established some habits that really bring you up, that really bring more energy to your busy day and bring more joy. Like you will feel more joy, more calm, more relaxed mindsets to help you to cope with any obstacle in life. So my invitation to you is that joining us, and right now I will give a special discount code, so you can get this a discount for $97. So the cost is $297, which is very, very affordable, because my purpose is to serve you. I only charge for a fraction of the true cost, and actually we offer the service for coaching each of you just like for free, because the cost is so low. But even on top of that, we will give a discount code. It's called 5-day challenge. If you can find out. And the class, Cindy, question is that like, no, it is a virtual class. So basically you will have access to our learning platform, right? And then you log on, you watch the video when you are free. So the class is designed for busy people like you. So when you're busy, you can watch the video at your pace, and then you just we have a workbook just like the worksheet we send you, so that you can do some homework. And the homework is basically the action, like something like breath breathing. You need to write something, you need to find a rock, and you hold it at night before you go to sleep. All that little things that add up to the big things. And every Saturday, the only commitment is that every Saturday we will have a group coaching call starting at 10 a.m. Central Time until 11 a.m., which is, if you live in California, it will be 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. If you live in Florida, in Eastern Time, it will be 11 to 12 p.m. But even if you miss the call, we have the recording. The main purpose of this course is for busy people. We know that each of us have a very tight schedule, but the purpose of the course is helping you to find your calmness, even you have so many projects going around. So that's the beauty of this course. So the class is very simple that way, and it starts on April 11. But we only provide the discount code until April 6th. So if you want to take advantage of this $97 discount, you go to you go to the link, Mike, and you put up the link, livingyourbestrifewithgrace.com. And when you enroll, making sure you have the promotional code of 5-day challenge, then we will take off $97, so you can only pay $200. Just imagine $200, but it changed your life. And I have got so many people, especially people who are busy, like mommy, new, like young mommy who have little children, and she overwhelmed with all the new responsibilities. She came in when she was desperate, and she came out totally changed. So, or entrepreneur that working with multiple demand, all kinds of work life. You come in and you try again. All of these practice is very simple, and the investment of time is little. But the key thing is you live with intention. You don't just go through life, autopilot. You really set the intention. I want to be this version of myself. I am determined that I will be something like this, write it down, and you following all the little activity that will help you to anchor on that intention, and start paying attention of your actions every day, of your thoughts every day. If the thoughts that you have every day is not good thoughts, then change it. You have the power to change the negative thoughts and transform it into positive thoughts. Just like seeing the garbage, like mindset, right? So we do a savory word, and then we see a garbage, and you look at the garbage, you can say, "Oh my God, this is disgusting," right? So that is one lens. But instead, you said, "Oh wow, today we will, our garbage will be collected." We really appreciate those people behind the scene who collect all of this, so that we can have a clean house. You see, so that by changing with gratitude, with respect, and you take ownership of your thoughts, so you replace the negative thought by positive thoughts, and it totally change your life. And that's what the living in grace will help you. So I cannot wait to connect with all of you. And again, the offer for this 5-day challenge discount, it will be effective until April 6th. And I look forward to, if you have any questions, just continue. But thank you, Cindy, for your question.
Yes, if anyone else have any questions, please put in the chat. Don't want to, give away too much information about the course, but from what I've seen, and I've been through the course myself, I've seen the testimonials. Definitely, the course is really meant if you are so busy and you feel overwhelmed, you're stressed. That means that something is not working. Something is not working, and you need to find different ways, right? Because I do believe that life is meant to be lived a certain way, and it's just a matter of changing certain habits, changing certain lands, but also working together, being in a community that can support you and doesn't feel like you're by yourself. I know that's one part of the Grace course that's amazing, is you're part of a community and you hear other people share, you hear their struggle, their challenges, and you realize, hey, they have the same thing too, but they were able to overcome applying these type of skills. So it's a wonderful opportunity for everybody to be involved as well. So we we look forward to see everyone. We'll be sending out an email to recap all of the actions over the last 5 days, as well as today's action. But if you have any questions, definitely you can reach out to Dr. Anlan. I will put down the email here as well too. You can reach out at info@lyceumglobal.net, right?
Yes, you can ask us any questions, or you can post in the Facebook group as well, right? And I hope that you would stay in the Live Your Best Life, because that is where all of us, the Grace practitioner, will be there too, so we can support you to continue your journey. But the Grace Foundational course, we will have a separate Facebook group where we really have a deeper discussion about all of these topics. And what you receive in the past 5 days is only a glimpse of what does it look like. For example, the wheel of life, right? So when you do that assessment, you realize there's some area that you need some work. Then by going through the coaching process inside the class, it will help you to really have more clarity, of what you want to do in life, and how can you muster enough courage to overcome a hurdle, some kind of, each of us have any kind of hurdle, all kinds of different hurdle or obstacle, and each of us has our own way of coping it. But having a community that practicing grace will support you tremendously. And that is the purpose of the whole course. So in order to have the course, you don't need to have a regular class except for that coaching. But even that coaching is optional. Like, it's for your benefit. Even you don't have that, you can still listen to the recording. And so long as you do the workbook, all the activities. And at the end, we will ask you to write up what you learned. So if you write up what you learned, then we give you a certificate of finishing the course. If you don't do that write up, then you don't have the certificate. But the bottom line is what you take from the class is that how you can connect more with your heart, and how you can activate the loving energy from your heart so that you can become unstoppable. And that is my passion. My passion is how I can elevate your level of energy. How can I support you to truly connect to yourself? Because you have all the answers. You don't need to find answers from somewhere else. The answers is within you, within your heart. But most of the time, because we're so buried by our own egos, by our own concern of other people. Some of us, we go through life basically just try to please other people. So we change ourselves. We are afraid to show up at ourselves because we just want to please everybody else around us, and up to a point that we totally disconnect with our heart. And my wish to you is that throughout the exercise, even to the last 4 or 5 days, you become more connected with your heart, and find out, oh man, I have the whole world to explore. And that's what the Living in Grace course is for you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Lam, for sharing that. And I hope everyone enjoy us giving you a little bit more details. And that's it. So we are going to say bye now, and we'll see you in the Grace Foundational course. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for today. And I wish you a life that's full of love, full of appreciation, gratitude, respect, accountability, and courage, so that you can live your best life every moment of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been practicing an attitude of gratitude forever. I think since 2015, when I was first diagnosed, and it was just that mind shift. And it helps your body to heal, because ultimately we are love, and that energy, when you put that out, it just everything integrates. And what I've learned from this grace journey is, when you take the 5 values and you integrate them, it's really when the magic happens and everything just falls into place. And that is something that really, really stood out for me. Grace breathing has helped me so much since I started this journey with Anlan, and I started practicing the grace breathing. I've done a lot of breathing. I've been the one that's been telling my friends, just breathe, remember, just breathe. And then when I started actually practicing it, learning to do it properly, it's like, oh my goodness, this is like, okay, this really works. It's a game changer. And I do it I can't go a day without doing it. It just, in my business, in my home life, in everything, I just breathe. Amazing. Thank you everybody. It's been awesome knowing you, being here. Love you lots.